Hello everyone, I'm Yazan Ibrahim, or as some of you might know me, Yazan Abu Ghosh. Today we're going to dive into a fascinating and essential topic from Chapter 4, Part B, Business Resilience 4.15, Business Continuity Plan. If you are a seasoned auditor or just curious to understand how information systems into business environments, you've come to the right place. Let's begin. A deep dive into business continuity planning, ensuring stability in chaos. In today's fast-paced and interconnected world, disruptions are no longer a matter of if, but when. Natural disasters, human errors, cyber attacks, or even unanticipated events like pandemics can interrupt the lifelines of an organization. Imagine a company as a living organism. Its systems and processes are like the heart and veins pumping the blood that keeps everything alive. Business continuity planning, or BCP, is the protective shield, a roadmap to ensure the heartbeat of critical operations never stops, even in the face of daunting chaos. So why is business continuity so essential? Picture this. A manufacturing company loses access to its primary data center due to a flood. Without a proper plan, this disruption could halt production, leading to financial losses, damaged reputation, and a dissatisfied client base. The purpose of a business continuity and disaster recovery plan is simple yet profound: to allow key activities to proceed during disruption and to restore normalcy as quickly and efficiently as possible. Let's explore the building blocks of a successful BCP. The foundation of a business continuity plan. The journey begins by identifying the organization's cornerstone processes, the critical operations that drive growth, fulfill the business mission, and deliver on customer promises. Think of it as determining the essential organs of our organism analogy. Without these processes, the organization wouldn't survive for long. Once these processes are identified, we move to assess risks. What are the potential threats? What is their likelihood? What impact might they have? Risks might arise from internal vulnerabilities like untested systems or external threats such as natural disasters or third-party disruptions. The goal here is clarity. A comprehensive risk assessment not only maps out threats but also evaluates existing protective measures. Are the countermeasures effective, or are there gaps waiting to be exploited by chance or error? Senior management, as the captains of the ship, bears the ultimate responsibility for safeguarding the organization's assets, reputation, and continuity. Through formal policies and resource dedication, management empowers teams to build, maintain, and test robust plans. Without this top-down commitment, even the best intentions can falter. Elements of a sound business continuity plan. A good BCP is multifaceted, addressing every resource needed for the organization's survival, be it human talent, data, or key facilities. It also includes specific subplans that interlink seamlessly, such as 1. Disaster recovery plans, DRPs. Think of this as the lifeboat when the main ship sinks. If a facility becomes inoperable, the DRP lays out how operations can be relocated to a backup location. 2. Restoration plans. Once the immediate storm has passed, the restoration plan ensures the process of returning to normal operations, whether in existing facilities or new ones. In large, complex organizations, multiple plans may be needed for different scenarios. For instance, the plan for IT disaster recovery in a banking system will differ from the procedures for a manufacturing line. However, these plans must align to ensure compatibility and coordinated efforts across the organization. A single integrated approach simplifies management, fosters resource optimization, and delivers confidence that disruptions won't completely pull the rug out from under the organization. IT, a critical component of continuity. In today's digital age, IT systems are the nervous system of any business. They channel data and power processes. With this in mind, IT business continuity planning gets special attention. A disruption in IT isn't just inconvenient, it's existential for many businesses. Whether it's banking transactions, e-commerce platforms, or patient data in a hospital system, IT continuity is non-negotiable. IT continuity planning mirrors broader BCP efforts, but focuses specifically on safeguarding data, applications, and infrastructure. It asks questions like, how critical is each application system? What infrastructure does it depend on? What would happen if it failed? And crucially, how can disruptions be minimized? For example, an organization might locate its data center away from floodplains, earthquake fault lines, or high-risk zones where explosive or toxic materials are regularly handled. Similarly, resilient network designs like loop or mesh topologies and alternative processing facilities are built into the framework to ensure seamless failover capabilities. Risk countermeasures include mechanisms like redundant data centers, backup systems, and data replication technologies. Without these, recovery can be painfully slow or, in extreme cases, impossible. Testing and periodic updates further ensure the plan evolves with changing technologies and challenges. Natural disasters, human errors, and beyond disruptions come in many shapes and sizes. Hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, they knock down buildings, sever supply chains, and render facilities useless. Yet not every disaster is born of nature. Human errors like untested software patches or malicious acts such as ransomware attacks can create just as much havoc. Interestingly, many disasters don't announce themselves suddenly, they creep in, almost invisibly, like termites weakening the foundation. Poorly performing databases, for instance, might seem like a minor annoyance until they suddenly fail entirely. When it comes to immediate response, fallback strategies, short-term solutions, and alternate facilities become lifesavers. Long-term strategies, such as setting up new permanent facilities, need equal attention. Both require careful pre-planning, informed by lessons from risk assessments and past experience. But not all disruptive events are foreseeable. The COVID-19 pandemic is a stark reminder that rare black swan events can upend our assumptions. Unlike a fire or flood, pandemics impact people first and foremost. The ripple effects can be massive, stretching over weeks, months, or even years. Preparing for such contingencies requires not just systems and technologies, but adaptable and resilient cultures. Damage beyond operations, the trust factor. Disruptions don't just damage systems, they can erode reputations and trust. Imagine a high-profile customer hearing about a service outage from the media instead of the organization itself. Damage control must be swift and strategic. Here's where effective public relations, PR, comes in. A trained spokesperson needs to step forward with a pre-drafted, carefully crafted announcement that reassures stakeholders while avoiding speculation or liability admissions. Transparency matters, but so does precision. A misstep in communication during a crisis can fuel mistrust and create secondary problems larger than the original disruption. Preparedness requires testing. A BCP without testing is like learning to swim after falling into the ocean. Testing uncovers flaws and builds confidence. It can range from desk-based evaluations to full-scale operational simulations that mimic real disasters. For example, a desk evaluation might involve team members walking through the plan step by step. It's low impact but great for fine-tuning. On the other hand, a full operational test may involve shutting down the primary systems entirely to see if the recovery procedures hold up under pressure. Testing not only hones the plan, but also trains personnel to respond effectively, minimizing errors during an actual crisis. Beyond the test itself, results must be meticulously documented and reviewed. Which steps worked? Where did delays occur? What could be improved? This continual cycle of improvement ensures plans stay relevant amid a changing operational landscape. Looking toward the future, business continuity is not a one-time task, it's an ongoing commitment. As organizations grow, systems change, and external threats evolve, BCPs must adapt. Updates should reflect new technologies, shifting priorities, and lessons learned from past incidents. Good practices, like aligning with frameworks such as ISO 22301, or adopting guidance from FEMA or the COBIT, Control Objectives for Information and Related Technologies, framework, provide benchmarks for refinement. By following these standards, organizations enhance not just their resilience, but also their compliance with regulations and industry expectations. A carefully crafted and well-maintained business continuity plan is more than a shield, it's a promise to employees, customers, and shareholders that the organization can and will weather any storm. Whether it's a power outage, cyber attack, or an unthinkable pandemic, the goal remains the same: to reduce chaos, regain control, and emerge stronger. Through rigorous planning, testing, and continuous improvement, business continuity transforms crises into mere obstacles and ensures the heartbeat of the organization never skips a beat. Remember, a failure to plan is a plan to fail. With the right strategy in place, even the most turbulent disruptions can be managed effectively. Thank you for watching, and as always, continue learning. Stay curious, and we'll see you next video.